Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to everyone. Welcome to the International Undergraduate Design Competition, Iudec 2024. Iudec 2024 proudly organised by the Department of Built Environment and Technology, University Technology Mara, Perak Campus. My name is Dr. Irani Abdul Halim Chu and I'm proud and honoured to be your moderator for today's program, which is being held on this online platform, allowing us to connect and collaborate across the globe. This year's theme, Fusion Timber Challenge, Uniting Design and Sustainability, emphasizes the importance of innovation, creativity, and environmental responsibility in shaping our future design. Our event today brings together brilliant minds from various institutions, showcasing exceptional talent, fostering meaningful dialogue on sustainable design practices. Before we proceed, let us begin this event with a recitation of Doa to seek blessings for our gathering today. Please welcome Ustaz Nawawi from the Islamic Affairs Unit to recite the Doa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma ati nufusana taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khairu man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa maulaha. Ya Allah, Ya Karim, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada hari ini bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurnia-Mu yang tidak ternilai. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang senantiasa bersyukur, sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Kurniakanlah kami ilmu yang bermanfaat buat kami dari sisi-Mu yang sangat luas, bagi mengembangkan potensi kami sebagai hamba-Mu yang Engkau redai. Ya Allah, Ya Alim, sesungguhnya Engkau maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini untuk menimba ilmu-Mu yang sangat luas dan berkongsi maklumat, khususnya di dalam program International Undergraduate Design Competition. Justru berkatilah pertemuan kami, berkati jua usaha-usaha kami, ilhamkanlah dalam fikiran dan minda kami idea-idea yang bernas dan pandangan yang jelas. Kurniakanlah kepada kami limpahan ilmu yang berguna dan kefahaman yang benar. Satukanlah hati-hati kami, eratkanlah silaturahim di kalangan kami. Padukanlah tenaga dan usaha kami untuk memertabatkan kualiti dan integriti kerja serta pendidikan secara bersama demi mencapai kecemerlangan dan kegemilangan. Ya muqallibal qulub, sinarilah hati-hati kami dengan cahaya dan hidayah-Mu. Semoga dengannya kami mudah menerima, menghayati dan melaksanakan serta mengamalkannya. Kami mohon berkati dan rahmatilah perhimpunan kami ini. Ya Dzal Jalali wal Ikram, kurniakanlah jua kepada kami kesihatan anggota, kecergasan minda, ketenangan jiwa, kekuatan semangat. Semoga dengannya kami mampu mendepani cabaran, berdaya saing dan mampu mengangkat martabat diri, keluarga, masyarakat dan negara. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Allahumma aslih lana dinana alladhi huwa ismatu amrina, wa aslih lana dunyana allati fiha ma'ashuna, wa aslih lana akhiratana allati fiha ma'aduna, waj'alil hayata ziyadatan lana fi kulli khair, waj'alil mauta rahatan lana min kulli syar. Oh God, please provide us the proper way to live our religious life on this planet, so that we can keep going till the day we die. Oh God, kindly secure our last journey peacefully, since we will be seeking You there. Do allow us to gain merit from all our wrongdoing, where our death is destined for us. Allahumma ahsin aqibatana fil umuri kulliha wa ajirna min khizyi dunya wa adzabil akhirah. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaitana wa hab lana min ladunka rahmah innaka antal wahhab. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar. Walhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Thank you very much, Ustaz Nawawi, for the beautiful dua recitation. Next, I would like to invite everyone to enjoy the program montage, which will highlight the journey and vision of the International Undergraduate Design Competition 2024. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome Yang Berusaha Professor Madya Dr. Nur Hisham Ibrahim, Rector of University Technology Mara, Perak Campus, to deliver the opening remarks. Professor Madya Dr. Nur Hisham Ibrahim, the floor is yours.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and exceptional participants, on behalf of University Technology Mara Perak Branch, I extend a cordial welcome to all participants to the International Undergraduate Design Competition, Iudec 2024. I am honored to stand in front of you today as we embark on this wonderful journey of creativity, innovation, and sustainability. This year's theme, Fusion Timber Challenge, Uniting Design and Sustainability, is both timely and profound. It reflects a critical intersection where design meets ecological responsibility, a fusion that is essential as we move towards a more sustainable future. The Fusion Timber Challenge invites us to reimagine the potential of one of the world's oldest and most versatile building materials, timber. Timber has been a cornerstone of construction and design for centuries, valued for its strength, beauty, and renewability. However, as we face the urgent need to reduce our carbon footprint and combat climate change, timber takes on even greater significance. This material is sustainable, renewable, and able to capture carbon. Future design sustainability means using timber's natural qualities in creative ways to build beautiful, eco-friendly structures. This challenge goes beyond simply using timber as a material. It calls for a deeper integration of sustainable practices into the design process. It encourages participants to think critically about how every aspect of their design can contribute to a more sustainable world. This includes considering the material's life cycle, the energy efficiency of the structures, and the design's impact on the environment and community. The concept for Iudec's 2024 Timber Retreat and Eco-Friendly Hub for Students serve as a perfect canvas for this exploration. A retreat, by definition, is a place of refuge and rejuvenation. It symbolizes a place where students can establish a connection with nature, find comfort, and find inspiration in the context of our competition. Designs made from timber challenge you to consider how architecture can improve well-being while blending with nature. This competition will cover 3 fascinating categories: furniture, art installation, and space. Each area offers a unique opportunity to demonstrate your originality, innovation, and dedication to sustainable design. Whether you are creating a piece of furniture that redefines comfort and utility, an art project that inspires and educates, or a space that encourages community and innovation, your work will help to establish new standards for eco-friendly design. I wish our participants the best of luck. May your design be bold, imaginative, and the ideal combination of form and function. We are excited to see how you succeed in creating something that will change both design and the world. Finally, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Department of Built Environment Studies and Technology, the main organizers, for their tireless effort and dedication to putting up this fantastic competition, Iudec's 2024. We extend our gratitude to our sponsors, partners, and communities for their vital support. May Almighty Allah bless their effort and achievement while also benefiting everyone. Thank you, and I hope you all have a fruitful and successful event.
Thank you, Professor Madya Dr. Nur Hisham Ibrahim, for your inspiring words. Next on our agenda is a presentation by a distinguished speaker from Universitas 11 Maret in Solo, Indonesia, Dr. Pandu Purwandaru. Before we begin, let us get to know our speaker, Dr. Pandu Purwandaru. Dr. Pandu Purwandaru is a prominent academic and practitioner in the field of interior design. He currently leads the Interior Design Department at Universitas 11 Maret. He holds a PhD from Chiba University, Japan, and has a strong focus on sustainable design practices, particularly in relation to traditional and cultural heritage. His works often intersects with community development, emphasizing the preservation and revitalizations of local crafts and practices. One of his notable contributions include research and projects on the utilizations of rice straw in both Japan and Java, where he explores its cultural significance and application in sustainable design. He has also been involved in community-based projects that aim to enhance local livelihood through design intervention, such as preserving the Delangu Rojolele local rice variety and promoting the use of environmentally friendly materials in rural communities. Pandu is active in academic circles, often participating in seminars and webinars where he shares his insights on topics like cultural preservation and the integrations of traditional knowledge in modern design. He has also been a key figure in several initiatives aimed at developing sustainable rural living through participatory design and co-creation. Without further ado, please welcome Dr. Pandu Purwandaru to share his insight with us today on furniture design through design cultural approach, case study SMEs in Surakarta area.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everyone. My name is Pandu, and I am lecturer from Design Department, Universitas 11 Maret, Indonesia. And first of all, I would like to express my appreciation for all of the committee, Iudec 2024 committee, for inviting me to be here and sharing knowledge about designing furniture in front of all of you here. And yeah, in this very great opportunity, I would like to share about design culture approach that we use for developing design furniture here in 11 Maret University. And yeah, why we use a design culture approach? Because we know that in Central Java, actually, nationally in Indonesia, we have a very diverse culture that should be become a foundation for the development process. So design culture is one of the tools that we can use for the development process. Yeah, if we are talking about culture, of course, we will talk also about how's the geographical and then ecosystem potential in Indonesia. As we know, Indonesia, we have a very diverse ecosystem from Sumatra Island to Papua Island, and then from top to bottom, there is Miangas Island to Rote Island. We have a lot of ecosystem diversity that is divided into 19 types of natural ecosystem. And then from this total of ecosystem, we can divide it more into 74 types of vegetations that spread almost in all of bioregion area in Indonesia. And yeah, from that geographical conditions, from that existing, produce many kind of cultures, and also ethnicities is one of the cultures in Indonesia. As we probably recognize, Indonesia, major ethnicity group that live in Indonesia, we know that we have like the Javanese, Sundanese, Bataknese, Melayunese, and then Dayak, Padang, and many more. But actually, we have more than that. We have around 1,340 something ethnic groups that exist in Indonesia. There's quite of numbers that we have here. And of course, inside that ethnicities, there are a lot of cultures that can be explored. And then, yeah, in terms of the cultural heritage, also we have very diverse that has been recorded by Ministry of Education and Culture of Republic Indonesia. There are around 11,622 that already been recorded, both tangible and intangible assets. But still, a lot of more that need to be recorded in terms of the cultural heritage in Indonesia. So I think the number will be increasing as well. Okay, and then for the study case in my presentation today, so I will talk about the development in Solo Raya area, or previously, historically, is the area that is the part of the Javanese kingdom in Solo city. So not only Solo city, but also the around Solo city area such as Klaten sub-district, Klaten district, and then Karanganyar district, and then Sragen, and then Boyolali, Kartosuro, Sukoharjo. Yeah, we have very wide area, and then inside that sub-district, there are many small, medium enterprises that producing furniture as their identity, such as in Rangsang, Tempuran, Serengan, Ceper, Karanganyar, and many more. Yeah, for the materials that produced by the small, medium enterprise community inside the sub-district, inside the village, has a characteristic in producing furniture design. There are, if I conclude into four main materials that produced by them, is actually we have like four main characteristics in furniture design. The first one is producing metals such as copper and brass that has been characteristic for small medium enterprise in Cepogo in Boyolali districts. You can see in the left side of this slide. And then next, wood, small medium enterprise that producing furniture by wood materials that has been a characteristic for small medium enterprise in Serenan and also Tempuran. Yeah, that location has been recognized hereditary as the place for producing wood furniture since the Japanese kingdom in Solo. They in the past they requested wood furniture in Serenan or interior for furniture interior of the Japanese kingdom palace. And then Rattan also become an identity for small medium enterprise in Trangsang, in also in Solo Raya area. So in that village, Trangsang village, almost all of the villagers, they work as craftsmen producing rattan furnitures or products. And then the last one is bamboo, a small medium enterprise that has a specialties in producing bamboo into gazebo and also like a small hut, something like that. That's been characteristic for small medium enterprise in Ceper sub-district in Klaten district. Yeah. So that's actually the representation. Actually, there are more that I can more that in Solo Raya Agency have about small medium enterprise that producing furnitures with this kind of materials in different areas. So if we are talking about design cultures, the words is dividing into two, design and cultures. Yeah. So in terms of the cultures, the terminology of cultures, the reference that we use to describe these words is from the dictionary of Daijirin that written by Matsumura in 1988 that described that culture is overall style of behavioral of lifestyle that is learned, shared, and communicated by people to form society. For example, like language, customs, morality, and religions. So inside that, something that has been formed inside the community, also like craftsmanship, and then farming activities. That kind of activities also become one of the part of the cultures that has been formed through the learn, share, and communications inside the community. So, in terms of the individual cultures, each individual culture has its own values. So there is no difference between high and low, superiority and inferiority between them. So every culture has its own values. Every culture has its own characteristics. So we cannot compare between culture A or B or C or D or somewhere else. And yeah. In terms of designs, from design culture definitions, as we know that design is words that we borrowed from Western words. So in Japan, design is written in katakana, or usually borrowed words written with katakana. But they have their own design definitions in Japan that called isho. Isho, I can describe it in a short way. So isho is like the creation process, from our heart through our hands by tools and making something design. That after that, the design we can sell or give the design to other people. So in terms of this, design is something that come from our heart and then through our hands, and the products that we produce also we deliver energy or something like that spiritually to the products, and then the products has some kind of values that not only a functional product but also like values in terms of social, something like that, or environmental, mythical, something like that transfers into our products. So if we're talking about products, we are not only talking about making objects, but there is a values, there is something that should be considered in the design process. Yeah. For the definition itself, we can see here that design culture is one of the design science disciplines that focus in designing through analyzing the local potential. So that's why in the first phase, we need to conduct kind of research mapping process, exploring the local potential with the local community, and then emphasizing the local community, which is in this context is the local craftsmen as the main actor, as the teachers, as our teachers in the design process. And then after that, we produce that together and then selling the products in the context of furniture. Of course, selling the products will be the output, and or using that products for the local community. Yeah. Next is the foundation, the basic way of thinking of design culture approach. So from this diagram, we can see the triangular bubble that actually connected between each others. So basically, in design culture approach, we have to understand what should be. So what should design be implemented? What is the appropriate design be implemented inside the small medium enterprise or inside the village? So as the foundations, to understand that, we have to learn about what is the existence, what is the being that exists inside the community. So from that starting point, so the next point, we can start the design process to understand the being, the existence that is inside the village. So the learning approach that we can use is the terminology in Japan, the words of Noni de Seikatsu Manabu, or to learn about life in the fields. This process is actually important to explore being. So that's why in design culture it is important. It's 90% from our activities is conducted in the field. So in this process, students or designers should learn anything inside the village to understand what is the being, both tangible and intangible aspects. And then the tools for this process, actually, the participatory tools such as PLA or participatory learning action tools for mapping, research mapping and cultural mapping and economical mapping, and, also focus group discussions. And then also in Japan, we use KJ or Jiro Kawakita methods to understand, to collect all of the data related to the local potential, and then after that making clustering, categorization of each potential. Yeah, and then the next part is the adopting process from the design thinking way of thinking into designing furniture process. So in this part, I can simplify. I can try to make it simple. So there are actually three parts in designing furnitures in by using design culture approach. So the first one is the traces mapping process. So in this part is it can be divided into two process of findings. The first one is inside the small medium enterprise itself. So in this part, students or designers could explore about the production process inside the small medium enterprise, and then the materials that usually they use, and then what kind of treatment for that materials, and then also the traditional design or artifacts that still produced or even already extincted. We can try to explore it again. And then for the wider area, the village area, students or designers, they can explore the natural ecosystem, what kind of plants, what kind of animals that exist inside the community, and then local customs that it can be like daily activities, it can be celebration activities, ritual activities, something like that. And then also can be food cultures, artifacts that usually utilized by the local community, present and the past, and then heritage, like architecture, and then social values that form inside the community, and other considerations. And then for the methods for this research mapping process, we can use transact work, which is we are working together from one spot to another. It is better to be accompanied by local community, so we can ask straightly to them, we can confirm straightly about what findings that we already captured. And then, after that, the collected data, we can use potential mapping tools like KJ Whole for clustering the potential inside the village or small medium enterprise. Then after that, in design process, there are two considerations that we can consider. So the first one is internal, and then the second one is external. Internal, of course, we have to consider craftsmanship aspects that already exist in the village for a long time, since long time ago, like joinery skills, and then like carving skills and many others skills that can be learned. And then materials, what kind of materials, where they obtain the materials, is it locally obtained or from other area? And then also the markets, local markets, the local community market from local community aspects, and then inspiration, of course, inspiration from the resource mapping that we've been collected in the previous process. And then for the external consideration, it can be consideration of the market. It can be national market or global market. And of course, contemporary design is recommended for the output of the furniture design. It's contemporary is the approach that makes wider market accepted our designs. And then after that, the methods from this design process, we are encouraging also local community to become a co-designers. So not us, we are not producing ourselves as main actors, but we want everyone that collaborate, that participate in this process to become main actors as well. And then also as the connections, as the positions in this process, we don't want any position in the office, like there is a boss, there is a subordinate. We don't want that kind of approach. We want more mutual cooperation approach in the design process. Or it is better to use like the social values in this process. And then the last one is the production process. This is important to maintaining local production methods in production process, and also the initiative, the point of view of local craftsmen is very important in the production process. It is sometimes that they give an opinion to revise the design or adding something. So I think that's the very important for us as a designer to adopting the local ideas into our designs. And then for the research mapping process, as the first phase in designing furniture through design culture approach, it is important for us to avoiding Google, internet tools, something like that, because in this process, Googling is prohibited. We don't want students, we don't want designers in the first phase, the initiative phase, the initial phase to use Google to collecting the local potential. We want every designers to do field surveys straightly in the village, in the small medium enterprises workshop, to understand the local potential. We want them to increase their social awareness. We want them to increase their environmental awareness. We want them to increase their 5 cents in this process. This is the pictures that has been collected by a group of my students in Belimbing village. It's very interesting story that they presented to me. For instance, they captured a lot of the things from natural, from heritage, from social values, and then what happened in the past, what is remaining artifact, something like that. That's very important to become the fundamental part of the design process. So from that research mapping, we can continue to the clustering from every potential objects that we've been found. For instance, it can be clustered into several parts. For the first one is like a local plants that planted by the local community, or naturally growth inside the village. And then the second one is the potential of social values inside the village. For instance, in these pictures, we can see one of the interesting point is like in front of their house, they're providing pottery. There is water inside the pottery. So people who want to wash their hands, they can use the water straightly without any permission. So that's actually, that custom is already exists since long time ago. So it's very interesting story about the social value inside the village. And also there are many cangkruk place, or the place for gather local community gathering, and then having a discussion about the development of the village, and then also the safety of the village, something like that. It's very interesting. And then from the heritage, architectural heritage aspects, there are many things that have been collected. For instance, architectural, like traditional house and rooftops, and then carvings, and then the traditional windows design. Many things that are very interesting to be learned deeper for the fundamental of the design process. And then also the traditional furniture that still exists until now, still the remaining traditional furnitures. that become our treasures, and then the potential of craftsmen outside the furniture craftsmanship. For instance, in this picture, we can see the weaving craftsmen that still exist till today. They are creating weaving traditionally using traditional tools. But unfortunately, we can see here the craftsmen, all of the craftsmen are elderly, and the numbers is decreasing years by years. And then after that, transportation is also very interesting. That if you're talking about transportation here, we are not talking about car, we are not talking about motorcycle or something like that, but we captured something interesting like old bicycles and then carts. Yeah, that traditional cart design that usually used by people to pick up their agricultural goods. Yeah, and then we want students and designers to have a very strong attachment with the local craftsmen. So that's why in this process we want the designer to have discussions deeper about the workshop, about the craftsmanship situation, something like that. For instance, like the design development inside the workshop, and then the products that they've been produced until now, and then marketing strategy, and then the views approach of analysis like Firmitas, Utilitas, and Venustas, and use these tools to analyze the small medium enterprise. And it is important to students to meet in person with the owners of the small medium enterprise to create like an attachment between them. Yeah, and then from that process, we also learn a lot of things about the production methods. Yeah, of course, in this process, we want to learn more about the pre-production process, like how do they like taking the materials and then preparing the materials, and then the preparation process, like cutting the materials, and then after that the assembly process. Yeah, how do they like assembly the woods house, the joinery, and then the last phase that we want to analyze is the finishing phase. So this is also the important phase in learning the production method aspects, so we can understand is the craftsman using natural material or chemical material, something like that. So it's important for us to learn anything. So for instance, in this slide, we can see the process of making rattan furnitures, and also the weaving methods that we've been collected. You can see here many weaving traditional weaving that has been potential inside the small medium enterprise, and also bamboo in the bottom part of the slide. Yeah, and then for the design process, if we try to more specifically explain the process, so we can see this. I try to make it like a 4 diagram of the design process. So the first one is we want to understand the categories, the classification of the furniture. Is it residential? Is it hospitality? Is it office furniture? Is it educational furniture? Religion furniture? We want to pick up which one is potential to be developed inside the community. So we don't want to pick the category using intuitive aspects. So that's why we use like SWOT analysis in picking up what kind of classifications of categories of furniture that we want to develop. And then the second one is user research analysis. So in this process, we try to choose the sample of our furniture users in the future. So there are 20 to 30 samples that will be interviewed or using the questionnaire tools to asking anything about the furniture in terms of problem, in terms of their hope for design, furniture design in the future. So we use in user research, we use user persona to make to represent sampling from 20 or 30 to one figure. So persona is used to make an attachment for designers for design process to be more like closer to us. And then after that, sitting position analysis is very important to analyze the characters of the users that we can achieve, we can collect it from the user research, and then of course comfortability from ergonomics analysis. And then for the design process, it's important for us to learn more deeper about the local inspiration that we've been collected from the previous research mapping process. And then after that, the process that we've been used in the design process routinely, like visual storming, production drawing, 3D visualization, and many things. And then the contemporary meets traditional design is also a very suitable approach for us in the furniture design aspect, because we want to preserve local values by using the contemporary approach to make it easier to be accepted by the market. And then the last one is a production process, which is in this process we want students, we want designers to intensively like controlling or producing together with the craftsmen for 1 month periodic, almost 1 month. So the production process actually takes like 2 weeks to 1 month to be finished. Yeah, these are the examples of the user persona, user research that you can see here. The conclusion from the samplings that represent by user persona. You can see here that students pick up like actresses and also singers that actually she has like attachment with the students, so it produce more fluid atmosphere in the design process compared to the like only the data without any kind of design like this. And then the next one is sitting habit research. So this part is, like I mentioned previously, that we can obtain this data from user persona, and also actually from our analysis in research mapping about the local potential. So we also learn about local people. How do they? How is the custom? How is the custom using the chair traditionally inside the village? So we learn a lot of things. So we are trying to combine the traditional custom and global custom here. Yeah, this is the pictures, the photos of the design process and also production process that we can see here. The discussion process between craftsmen and also students are happening here. And yeah, we want this kind of situation in design process, 2 ways of discussions. We are not closing and perspective from the local craftsmen. We want to hear more from them about their opinion, their designs perspective for developing our designs. Yeah, I think that's will be the last part of methodology, design culture in designing furniture. So the next slide, I would like to share to all of you about the prototype design that produced from this design culture process. So the first one is the furniture design that inspired from egrang. Egrang is a traditional toys that children plays by using bamboo and then walking on the top of the bamboo footstep like this. So from this inspiration, we are not only transforming these egrang tools into a chair, but also, if we can see here, in terms of the morphological aspect, we can see the footstep is actually very comfortable for walking. That's why we are trying to adopting this design into an armrest. So this also will be very comfortable if we're using this part for armrest. So from that inspiration, we produce this design, and then this is the design results from the egrang chair. And then the next one is what in Japanese we call it like skop. Yeah, bamboo skop. It's like a punky bamboo. I'm sorry. It's like for cleaning dust and dust, and also like in front of our house we are cleaning leaves, something like that. It's like a bamboo dustpan. Yeah. So from these artifacts that students found in the village, is very interesting morphologically, because we can see here the shapes is like very ergonomically to if we sit at the top of the bamboo dustpan. So that's why from this inspiration we try to adopt the morphologically the shape of the bamboo dustpan into like sitting part for the chair. So we try to develop it using the rattan materials, because we found these artifacts in Sukoharjo area in Trangsang, Trangsang sub-district area, that has a characteristic in producing rattan furnitures. So next is the furnitures that we developed it with rattan small medium enterprise in Trangsang sub-district. So the design of these furnitures is inspired from besek. Besek is actually a bamboo box. It's like a multi-purpose bamboo box that can be used for foods and anything that can be fit inside the the besek or the bamboo box. So it's very common tools, common artifacts in Java Island, yeah, besek. So that's why we try to adopting the shape of besek. The characteristic of besek is like a rectangular shape and then curvilinear shapes. Kind of identity we try to transform it into rattan furnitures, because bamboo and rattan, it has like a similarity in terms of the flexibility, in terms of the shape. So we want to try to transforming the traditional shape to become an identity for the furniture design. So this design, the produced from our collaboration, actually has been becoming a leading product in this small medium enterprise, and then has participated in national and international exhibitions. You can see here that the product is participating in IFEX in Jakarta, and exhibition in Jakarta, and already commercialized and successfully sold nationally. That most of the market is from Bali Islands or hospitality furnitures. And then the next one is actually it's quite interesting, because in this furniture the percentage of the influences come from the local. Like the function is very local. We can see here, because local people, they usually use chair for relaxing at the top of the chair and doing this kind of sit positions. And this design is actually based on inspired from traditional chairs that we found inside the village, and also inspired from the traditional cars that pulled by a horse. And the inspiration comes from the fender parts of this car and adopting it into armrest in this chair. Yeah, we can see here that traditionally people in Central Java, especially in Sukoharjo sub-district, they're relaxing on the chair, and then they have like this, they have like custom like lift feet up on chair, and then straighten the legs, and then smoking on the chair, something like that. So we accommodate all of this custom, and then also these products, we also not only focusing on the local aspect, but also we want to try to sell it wider. That's why we also accommodate ottoman, like footrest, as the additional for this furniture design. And then the next one is Naso chair. Yeah, from the name of the chair is actually is Japanese words for relax. So that's why this chair, the main function for this chair is for relax, like residential furniture, and that inspired from Jengki chair. Jengki is like a traditional chair in Java community. We can see the design and the left bottom part of this slide. It's the original Jengki chair, and we try to develop it like a more contemporary design. And it has still the same functions, but already like modified in terms of the shapes. And also the shapes inspired from the traditional blowing tools that I think is right now is quite rare to find this kind of blowing activities in Java. And then the next part is quite interesting, because we students use local festival as the inspirations. This local festival is the name of this figure is Warak Ngendok. Warak Ngendok is like a mythical creature resembling a rhinoceros that carrying eggs on its back, and it is believed that it's the representation of 3 different ethnic groups in Semarang city. So it's a representation of Japanese, Chinese, and Arabian who actually resides in the city. And then from this Warak Ngendok, we took the shape of the rectangular shape, and then the angular shape of the mythological figures, and transforming the key identity from the shapes into a chair like this. And then this is the example from the ecosystems that we found inside the village. For instance, like this ciprukan. Ciprukan is a ground cherry that can be found everywhere inside the village in Krangsang, Sukoharjo. So we try to adopting the fiber is very beautiful fiber they have, and then we try to adopting the pattern of the fibers into rattan, because rattan also has a very flexible characteristic. So we try to adopting. It's possible to adopting the fibers into rattan. And then this is also from the ecosystem inside the Krangsang. They have also rice fields. So that's why in this project we try to exploring the rice bran, and then analyzing the shape of the rice bran, which is like rectangular and curvilinear shape, and then adopting it into a chair. And then we try to make it rustic, just like a rice bran, so without any additional finishing. Yeah. Last but not least, this is the example. I think it's also very interesting example that I can introduce to all of you, because in this project we want local community to we gave like a blank paper, and then they produce it by their own, like using their creativity to utilize waste material from furniture making process, and then making the patterns. And from these patterns, we can produce many things. For instance, like this stationery. So all of these patterns is actually designed and produced through the creativity of the local craftsmen. So we encourage them to make a pattern and produce it. And then after that, in the next phase, we are working together to make the products that can be produced using this kind of materials. Okay, I think that's it. That will be the last projects that we can share to all of you. There's many more projects actually that I can share, but the next time I think we can see again and having a discussion about the design culture of furniture. So as a conclusions, there are 3 points that I can reintroduce again to all of you. So the first one is design culture is very important approach to give an identity to the furniture design product. I think Indonesia and Malaysia has similar characteristic. We all have very diverse culture and then also nature, and so we have to preserve it. Yeah, and through furniture design is one of the way to preserve the diversity of the cultures. And then the second point is the main actor is actually not us as a designer, but as a craftsman, also the main actors. So as a whole, we have to think as a whole, not us, not as the designer as the key point of these projects. And then the last is in terms of the design process, working with the local social value is very best for design process. That's why when we come firstly in the village, we have to learn about the social value that formed already long time ago until present in the village, especially in the small medium enterprise. So we have to learn the local social local values there, and then adopting the kind of social values in the furniture design process. So I think that will be the end of my presentation, and hopefully it can be beneficial for all of you. Thank you very much for all of your attention, and see you again in the next opportunity. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pandu Purwandaru, for your insightful speech. We appreciate your valuable knowledge, Dr. Pandu. Now, we turn our attention to a local expert in interior architecture, Dr. Afzanizam Muhammad. He currently heads the Interior Architecture Diploma Program at University Technology Mara at Sri Iskandar campus in Perak. He also holds a PhD from UITM, and his expertise lies in interior design, timber, and heritage conservation. He has been involved in various research projects and conferences in Malaysia that focus on conserving traditional timber building and wood carving. One of his notable works include a study of traditional Malay decoration and wood carving at Istana Kenangan in Kuala Kangsar, Perak. Additionally, he has contributed to other studies related to timber structure conservation, including the Madrasah Idrisiyah building in Kuala Kangsar, Perak. His work is crucial in preserving Malaysia's architectural heritage, particularly in timber construction and traditional decorative arts. Without further ado, please welcome Dr. Afzanizam to give his talk on engineered panel product, a solid timber solution for furniture construction.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Afzanizam Muhammad, currently a senior lecturer in interior design program at UITM Perak. I have been active in the furniture industry since 1998 until joining UITM Perak in 2009. I also serve as a program coordinator for interior design program in UITM Perak. The topic I will be presenting today is engineered panel product, a solid timber solution for furniture construction. Historically, since the beginning of human civilization, timber has been one of the earliest materials used in construction. Even today, it remains popular Due to its easy of working, shaping, and jointing in many ways, timber also have aesthetic value varying among thousands of species worldwide. However, the supply of timber from forests has been decreasing due to deforestation for new development areas, and replanting commercial timber takes time, causing timber price to rise. This has led to the creation of engineered timber, which was invented about a century ago to increase recovery and consumption of timber. Engineered timber panel products are designed to overcome certain limitations of solid timber construction, specifically to meet design needs. Panel products used in furniture industry, especially in Malaysia, are mostly wood-based. This is because panel products are made to solve the certain limitation of solid timber properties. The machinery used for panel products is the same as for woodworking, making panel products are added value to solid timber. Every material used in furniture design has property or attributes either make it suitable or not for certain specific components. For example, a table, the top, the legs, the front panel have different function requiring different structural appearance attributes. In the furniture industry, cost is a critical factor. As a result, combining different materials within a single piece of furniture is common to produce a good design. First, the objective of this lecture is to introduce alternative wood-based material to young designers, namely panel products. Secondly, the goal is to understand the panel products used in furniture design, especially when solid timber cannot perform well in specific design. This is because timber has natural properties that limit its use in certain situations. And lastly, the lecture will highlight the advantages of panel product over solid timber, making them a popular choice in both mass production and custom-made furniture industries. What is engineered timber and what is panel product? Engineered timber products refer to timber material produced using technology where natural timber or timber fragments are processed into stronger, more stable, and more uniform products. In simple terms, engineered timber is modified and processed to enhance its benefits. The products are designed to address weaknesses in solid timber, such as shrinking and expansion defects, while meeting specific needs in construction and manufacturing, including furniture, while panel products are subsets of engineered timber products. Both are man-made wood material, but panel products specifically refer to sheets or panels. These products offer solutions that are more stable, durable, aesthetic, and cost-effective than solid timber. Panel products comes in a standard raw size, typically 4 feet by 8 feet, approximately 1.2 meters by 2.4 meters, making them easy to use in construction and furniture making. Commonly, a large surface in furniture, like tabletop, bed, headboard, and cupboard doors, often use panel products. This presentation will focus on the most popular timber-based panel product used in Malaysia furniture industry: plywood, chipboard, medium density fiberboard, MDF, and blockboard. Now, let me explain the disadvantages of timber and how panel product offer solution to these issues. First, timber is an anisotropic material, meaning its properties vary depending on the direction of the grain and growth rate. Likewise, its strength differs between perpendicular and parallel to the grain orientation. In other words, the strength of solid timber is more prone to rupture along its grain as shown in two images on slides. Therefore, designing furniture must take the grain orientation and the force on each component into consideration. These three right side images shows furniture components that ruptured along the grain due to impact on excessive load. Wood is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air. Timber naturally absorbs moisture from the environment and release it through evaporation in dry conditions or high temperatures. This causes timber to swell and shrink depend on its moisture content. This phenomenon known is as timber movement. Simply put, as moisture increase, timber swell; as moisture decrease, timber shrink. Timber tends to swell and shrink across grain, meaning the width of the plank board or perpendicular to the long grain. Although the size change is minimal, within 1 to 4% of overall size, over time it can lead to damage and loose jointing in furniture, especially in humid tropical climates. The slide shows an example of timber swelling causing obvious gap between the battens on a tabletop, swollen receding parquet after moisture dampness, and cracking in a large piece of timber as it dried and shrunk. Timber distortion. Freshly cut timber contains high moisture, known as green timber. When processed into beam and boards, it undergoes drying process known as natural seasoning. This seasoning process causes changes in size and shapes. This distortion varies based on timber's original position in the log as shown in the diagram. In conclusion, the shape and dimension of solid timber, whether lumber, plank, or pole, are unstable and may change inconsistently. Timber distortion is closely related to timber movement. Distortion occurs due to natural structure and orientation of timber grain, but it is more likely when drying process is too rapid. Almost all timber experiences some degree of distortion, but only severe distortion is rejected for use. The diagram on the right shows the types of serious distortion, namely twist, bowing, cupping, springing, and diamond section. Distortion that occurs after timber is processed into final product can damage the product, causing crack and breaks, especially at the jointing. Again, panel products are dimensionally and shape stable materials. Panel products are served as an alternative to address timber distortion while still maintaining the physical appearance of nature timber, such as plywood and blockboard. Timber is a natural material from tree and has its growth factor in the forest, including nutrient, soil type, topography that affects its timber quality. Tree can be affected by diseases or uneven growth, makes it vary even among the same species. This leads to defects in grain patterns, reducing its appearance quality. The surface defects such as knots, interlocking grain, furry grain, and wavy grain is beyond control at the sawmill. On the other hand, panel like plywood, MDF, blockboard are factory-made and under control. Panel product with consistent quality of surface makes it easier to paint or laminate with other finishing that apply directly without much additional processing. Additionally, panel product like chipboard often comes with laminate finishing offering various grain patterns and colors. Chipboard provides consistent wood patterns from various species worldwide. This option gives designers creative freedom to achieve the desired concept. Consistent, neat grain patterns on chipboard and other panel products are produced in factory using artificial grain pattern printing. Jointing line effect to produce wide furniture components such as tabletop. Several timber planks must be joined together to achieve the desired width. This creates visible jointing lines as shown with red arrows. Where the line occurs, the grain pattern don't align due to timber edge to edge joint. To produce a single piece of wider solid timber without any jointing, for example, tabletop as shown on slide, it requires cutting a tree log with a large diameter. However, this method is very costly and carries the risk of crack and shape distortion, while panel products, on the other hand, have continuous grain pattern across a maximum surface size by 4 to 8 feet. Plywood, for example, with its natural wood veneer finish, also offers seamless grain patterns from various species without jointing. Wood recovery. A sawmill. At sawmill, reaping logs to get solid timber produce a lot of waste, such as sawdust and other off-cut timber. In contrast, panel products like particle boards or MDF, medium density fiber board, use wood waste and fragments in production. This helps minimize waste, making timber usage more efficient. In Malaysia, particle boards and MDF are produced using a rubber wood, a plantation wood, not sourced from the forest. Recycling and wood plantation contributes to reducing large-scale deforestation. Overall, panel products have better timber recovery than solid timber. In other words, they allow for more efficient timber consumption, making them greener material compared to solid wood, as they maximize material use, reduce waste, and contribute to forest resource sustainability. Cost-effective. In Malaysia, panel products like plywood, MDF, and particle boards are very popular in furniture and construction industry because they are readily available, high in quality, and cheaper than solid timber. Using panel reduce material costs, especially for large-scale furniture and construction application. High wood recovery contributes to the lower cost of panel product compared to solid timber. The consistency in strength and physical quality also make it easier to maintain quality control during production, reducing rejection. Bending ability. Timber is often considered a not flexible material because it has very limited bending ability. It can only be bent after going through a steaming process, which softens its cellulose structure. However, the bending is still limited to large radius depending on the timber's thickness. Solid timber that is forced to bend will rupture, losing its natural structure and is considered damaged. That's why rattan or bamboo is often used as an alternative for bent components in furniture. Another solution is to cut solid timber into a curved shape, but this method leads to a lot of waste and is inefficient. Plus, the wood grain pattern may not align with the curve made. For wider components and curved design, plywood or MDF panel are often used. MDF and plywood are among the panel products that can be bent to form various shapes of curves. A smaller radius can be achieved if thinner panels are used. Now, let me explain four of the most popular panel products used in Malaysia furniture industry. Number one is plywood. Plywood was the first panel product created. It's made by gluing together thin layers of timber, known as veneer, which with each layer placed opposite direction to produce a high-strength panel. Like other panel products, plywood is available on the market in various thicknesses, typically ranging from 3 mm to 25 mm thickness. Plywood is used in furniture making, flooring, walls, and various construction applications, including water-resistant types. The grain cross orientation every layers makes plywood stronger than solid timber and is a solution for creating wide furniture components without visible jointing lines. The appearance of plywood surface is natural because it's made from a real wood veneer. In market, plywood comes in a various luxurious wood species, but a lower price because expensive species are only used on a thin finishing layer. Example of luxury species include teak ply, mahogany ply, walnut ply, maple ply, and many more. Plywood that molded during the manufacturing process is rigid and will not spring back. Reliable strength, which is called molded plywood, is widely used in luxury furniture industry. Molded plywood furniture looks modern and neat design. There are many evergreen designers furniture are made from molded plywood in the market today. The slide shows some of an example of popular molded plywood furniture. The second product is particle board, known as chipboard in Malaysia and most countries. It's made from wood chips that are compressed with resin and pressed into boards. It's typically used in cheaper, lighter furniture. Chipboard has good sound absorbing properties compared to solid timber and other panel products, making it suitable for acoustic or audio equipment like speaker boxes. Additionally, chipboard usually come with a range of laminates, finishing from solid color to wood grain and metal effect. It's cheaper than timber, lighter, and easier to handle, making it popular in knockdown furniture market. Number 3, medium density fiber board or MDF is a type of wood composite panel made from wood fiber mixed with synthetic resin and pressed under high temperature and pressure to form a dense and uniform board. It's finer and denser than particle board, but not as strong as plywood. Like chipboard, MDF can be made from wood waste, fiber or smaller wood chips, usually sourced from sawmills or other waste products. The wood is ground into fine fiber using a milling machine. These wood fiber are then mixed with resin or synthetic binder. The mixture is pressed at high temperature in pressing machine produce a dense and flat panel with uniform thickness. Compared to wood, MDF doesn't need sanding or planing to get a smooth surface. MDF has the best bending ability compared to other panel products. It can be bent according to the shape of its support or fastener. A smaller radius can be achieved with a thinner MDF. In addition, MDF has a smooth surface texture, making it easier to finish. And number 4 is blockboard. Blockboard is a multi-layer board made by placing a solid timber core between two thin veneer layers. Thin timber core usually consists of small timber blocks cut and aligned in parallel, then glued and pressed together. The top and bottom of this core are covered with veneer. Similar to plywood, to create a smooth and uniform surface, blockboard has high timber recovery, meaning it makes efficient use of raw timber. It can be made from industrial wood waste and mixed wood species, making production easier. In Malaysia, blockboard is becoming popular in custom-made cabinet industry, especially making cabinet carcass. Why it's called blockboard? Blockboard gets its name because its core made up of small timber blocks cut and arranged into boards. These timber blocks are usually larger and thicker than wood particles used in products like particle boards or MDF, but smaller than solid timber. These make it stable and strong for use in application. The table shown the summarize of the advantages of panel products over solid timber, which have been discussed more clearly and comprehensively. The four panel products shown are the most popular in furniture manufacturing, especially in Malaysia. The thick symbol represent the advantages of panel products compared to solid timber. These significant benefits explains why panel products are preferred in furniture making, providing solution to the limitation of solid timber in certain design and structural solution. In conclusion, as we can see from this presentation, each panel product is engineered to solve the limitation of solid timber. The combination and processing of panel products give furniture designers more freedom to create innovative designs that have the potential to compete. It's important to note that most panel products are intended for indoor use, while there are some panel products used to build partition, but they are only meant for indoor use. This is because most panel products cannot withstand with high moisture content or wet condition. Therefore, panel products should not be exposed outdoor to avoid rain and high ground moisture. Panel products are indeed created to address certain weakness in timber, but their strength is more suited for furniture use. There are also large construction beyond furniture, such as exhibition props, whether temporary or permanent, inside a building. In certain design situations, they may need to be supported by stronger structures, like steel and solid timber. That concludes my lecture. Thank you for listening. I hope it has been beneficially to you all. If you have any question, please do hesitate to contact me through email. As a committee member of Iudec 2024, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate everyone who has successfully participated in this competition. Hope to see you again and have a nice day.
Thank you, Dr. Afzanizam, for your enlightening presentation. Moving forward, we will now showcase a special competition video that captures the essence and creativity of the participants' work. Iudec 2024 is open in 3 categories: furniture, art installation, and space. The theme for this competition is Fusion Timber Challenge, Uniting Design and Sustainability, and the concept is Timber Retreat, Eco-Friendly Hub for Students. There were a total of 92 submitted works from local and international participants. Now, let us enjoy the competition video. What an incredible showcase of talent! Ladies and gentlemen, a competition without jury would be meaningless. Without further ado, let me introduce the jury's chairperson, Architect Dr. Jamaluddin Muhammad, who will now address us with the jury's speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera to all. My name is Architect Dr. Jamaluddin bin Haji Muhammad. As your head of jury for the International Undergraduate Design Competition, IUDEC 2024. It is my honor to address you today as we reach a significant milestone in our journey together. Firstly, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all the participants who have contributed their incredible works, creativity, dedication, and passion which have truly impressed us. And it has been a privilege to witness such a high caliber talents. The judgment have been made by the team of jury which were casted according to the category. As we move forward, I want to ensure you that our team of jury is deeply committed to a fair and true evolution process. We are taking every measure to ensure that each entry was reviewed with the utmost attention and respect it desires. The evolution criteria have been set up by the committee with emphasis on the creativity and functionality of the design. For your information, the participants are from around the globe. There are 86 participants. They have submitted their works and video for the evaluation by the juries. In the coming day, you can expect to receive updates on the next steps, whether you are finalists or not. Know that your participation has been a significant impact toward this event. We are excited to celebrate your achievements and share the result with you. Thank you once again for being a part of International Undergraduate Design Competition, IUDEC 2024. Your involvement is what makes this event truly special. Stay tuned for more updates and best of luck to everyone. Honest regard.
Thank you very much, Architect Dr. Jamaluddin Muhammad, for your refreshing speech. And now we have come to the moment we have been waiting for, the announcement of the winners. Let's find who is the winner of the International Undergraduate Design Competition 2024. Congratulations to all of the winners. You have proven that your hard work and dedication have been truly paid off. As we draw this event to a close, I would like to express my deepest appreciation to all of the speakers, participants, and everyone who is involved in making this event a success. Thank you for your time and contribution. Before our program ends, I would like to remind all of the UiTM staff to use the link in the comment section below or the QR code attachment to record the attendance and redeem the training hours. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again in future events, stay inspired and continue to push the boundaries of design and sustainability. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and goodbye.